Our next presenter is Craig Bargfrede with Iowa DOT. Let's see. Yep, there, got it going on. Craig Bargfrede currently serves as the Winter Operations Administrator for the Iowa Department of Transportation. He has served in this position since December 2013 and is responsible for coordinating all facets of winter operations for the department. From 2008 to 2013, Craig worked for the Iowa Emergency Management and the Recovery Bureau as the Deputy Public Assistance Officer and Operations Chief, where he provided assistance to cities, counties, and other state agencies in recovering from natural disasters. Craig, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so much for having me on the program here today. So I'm going to talk about the Iowa DOT's Cooperative Snow Fence Program. This program has been in effect for many years through the Iowa DOT. And as I will show you here in the later slides, this program has really been very effective and quite a very positive part of our overall winter operations program. Next slide, please. So what are our goals? Ultimately, as we address this program with our field staff who are our partners in promoting this program and signing farmers up for this program, we tell them we want to focus on areas that are your known trouble spots, areas that are prone to blowing and drifting, very low visibility situations. So ultimately, what we want to do is we want to capture that snow before it lands on the roadway so that we do not have to mechanically plow it off, and we can reduce our salt and other chemical uses on the roadway. And then to increase public safety by reducing blowing and drifting and increasing visibility for the traveling public. Next, please. There are a multitude of benefits to this program, not only to the landowners themselves, but to the DOT and public. One big one for the DOT that we're always interested in is lowering our snow removal cost. And then actually by capturing that snow and not allowing it to land on the pavement, we're actually increasing the life of that pavement by decreasing the freeze thaw effects on that pavement. Many of the farmers that we have participating in this program have seen the benefits for themselves, and we have lots of repeat customers that work in this program with us year after year after year. Next, please. So our program has a multitude of different options. One thing I will point out here as you look at the different options on this slide is that you don't see living snow fence on here. And the reason that is because within the Iowa DOT, our living snow fence program is managed by the Design Bureau office. They have the funding. They are the ones that do all the planning and coordinating with those living snow fences. In our office that Tina and I manage are these different various options that we promote in our winter snow fence program. Standing corn, standing bales. I'm sure you're going, what in the world is that? Well, as we will talk here, Iowa being a huge agricultural and livestock state, we have a number of farmers that basically round bale corn stalks to use as livestock bedding. So instead of leaving corn, they will store their corn stalk bales in the same area and provide a snow fence opportunity for us there. And then, of course, the standard temporary and permanent snow fence options. Next. Here's some information going back to FY 18 that gives you an idea of the different types of snow fence that we have, along with the total amount of miles that we have each year. As you can see, the last 3 years, we've been pretty consistent in the total amount of miles of standing corn that we have each year. Next. And to give you an idea of program costs, what I've done is, if you notice on the bottom of each one of the bar graphs, I've listed the price per bushel of what we paid for standing corn during that fiscal year. So you can see some of the variations that we experience in the corn price. And I'll talk a little bit more as to later as to how we determine that price. But one question you may have is why such a fluctuation? Well, as you can see, the price fluctuates quite a bit. but also just in the farmers' operations, our amount of miles available and participants fluctuates. And a lot of that is due to corn, soybean rotations. So one year in that area, they may plant corn. The following year, they may plant corn or they may plant soybeans. Typically, it's a corn soybean rotation. So that's just a natural fluctuation in our program. Next, please. So what are the particulars of the standing corn program? So what we do is we ask that a farmer leave a minimum of 6 to a maximum of 24 rows. And those rows are running parallel to the highway. And we ask that they be approximately at least 200 feet from the edge of the roadway. One thing we also allow farmers is to hand harvest that corn if they choose. In many instances, some of these farmers use this as an opportunity to donate to local FFA chapters, local 4-H clubs, other charitable organizations. Those organizations come out, hand harvest the corn. We don't care if they do that as long as we can still have the stalks and the rows out there standing to do the job in catching that snow. And how we determine our compensation then, we pay the farmer based on yield data. So in the fall, once harvest is complete, our staff go out to the farmers that have expressed interest in the program. They sign them up, they do some measurements, the length, the width of the amount of standing corn that is remaining. They get the yield data from the farmer using either yield monitor information from the farmer's combine, or they use the information that the farmers turn in for their crop insurance program. That's how we determine how many acres and the bushels per acre that the farmer has out there in the field. Then the way our program works is on August 1st, at the close of business on August 1st, I poll 50 grain elevators randomly from across the state of Iowa, and I record what their closing cash price is for October new crop corn on that day. I use that to determine what an average statewide price is, and then add $2 a bushel to that price as an incentive for the farmers to participate in this program. Standing corn agreements are for 1 year. And in the agreement, we ask that farmers leave the corn standing until at least March 15th each year. Next. So what is our pricing for this year? $5.75, as you can see, is what we've determined. And then for the last few years, we've been paying $1 per linear foot for round bales and for temporary snow fence, as well as permanent fence. I like to point out this photo. I love this photo. This fits the bill where you talk about a picture is worth 1,000 words. So we get asked all the time, how effective is this program? Well, as you can see in that photo, the area where they have standing corn has done a very good job of capturing snow. There's lots of storage space left in the ditches. The roadway itself is nice bare pavement. As you look further down in the photo, you can see the area where the standing corn stops, and you can see the drifts on both sides of the roadway and how much snow is captured in those ditches. So when folks ask, is this program effective? We like to show them this photo as well as others that says, well, this picture tells the story. Next. So how do we go about the particulars of signing folks up? The form that you see on the left is what we use for standing corn, and this is basically to record all of the information, number of rows, length, width, milepost information, county and road information, the yield information, and then they calculate what the final payment is going to be to the farmer. The form that you see here on the right is the actual agreement that we fill out and sign with the farmer that says we are going to pay Mr. Farmer X amount of dollars based on the yield and based on the amount of acres that you have left in the field for us. We also have a similar form to the one on the right for temporary fence, standing bales, and for permanent snow fence. Next, please. So how do we promote the program? The promotion of this program is about 99.9% on our local maintenance forces. They know their areas better than we do. They know the people, they know the farmers, they know where their known trouble spots are. So we have built a pamphlet that we give to our field maintenance staff that they take out and they use it as a door opener, if you will, to talk to farmers, try to recruit new farmers into the program. As I mentioned, we have a lot of long-standing participants in this program. So basically, in those instances, we go out and just verify that the farmer is willing to participate again. A lot of times, this promotion is done right now, obviously, for next year. And so, as the farmer is harvesting and they're starting to make plans for what they're going to plant in each area, and what type of crop they're going to plant. It gives us an opportunity to talk to them about this program so that they can be thinking about that as they're making their crop decisions for the following year. As you can also see here, we have developed some signage that we post out in the areas where we have standing corn. It's just one way, another way to promote the program and kind of give some recognition to the farmers that are participating. We get a lot of feedback that farmers get a lot of thank yous from their neighbors in participating, which ultimately results in an increase in public safety because of the reduction in the blowing, drifting, and visibility points that I talked about earlier. Next. So the other option we have been really promoting here recently is permarail. The reason for that is we do find from time to time we have farmers that, yeah, I would love to participate in the program. I see the benefits, but I really don't want to hassle with having to bring my combine back out of the shed to combine a small area and then have to go through the labor of cleaning it back up for storage for the summertime. We've promoted the permanent railing fence in a number of these instances, and we've had a lot of interest and a lot of actually participation in this program. As you can see, it is very effective in capturing snow and basically doing the same thing as the standing corn does as well. One nice thing about this program is that if a farmer does agree to this, he's really not giving up a lot of land for us to install this on his farm. If you go to the next one, please. It just gives you a pretty good perspective of some new railing fence that we installed in our Ashton garage, which is up in northwest Iowa. So really, they're able to farm around this, and it's really not taking up a lot of acreage. One thing that we do point out with this program is that if a farmer agrees to participate with us in a perma-rail fencing program, we like to sign at a minimum a 10-year agreement. Preferably, we'd like to go up to a 15 to a 20-year agreement, just so that we can recoup some of the cost for the fencing, which right now is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about $65 a linear foot to install. We do the installation, we do the maintenance. So in the fall of the year, those garages that have this type of fence, once harvest is completed, they'll get permission from the farmer to go out there, check everything, make sure everything is nice and snug and ready for the winter season. We have lots of options. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. We have lots of options, as you can see in our program. Our program has been very effective. We really believe that we've been able to reduce our salt usage in these areas. We've created a better environment for the traveling public. And as you can see in this last slide here, here's an example of the round bales that we talked about and how effective they are in trapping snow as well. Jeremy, that's all I have, unless there's any questions.